Hello, my name's Chris and I'm from Aberdeen. I'm married to Elaine and I have a son, Josh, who's at university and he's 21 years old. And my story, or the episode in my life story, starts back in August last year. In fact, it was on the 5th day of the 5th month of my 55th year when I was given that news nobody wants to hear. I'm sorry to tell you, sir, but you have cancer. So that was a very difficult time. I remember trying to, what do you say to your wife and your son when you know that perhaps you won't see them again. But I was thankful for that precious moments, and I was able to tell them how much I loved them. The cancer had spread to my lymph nodes, blood vessels and nerves, and I would have to have chemotherapy. The news got worse. It was a mutant type cancer, worse than what they thought, and it was down to about 5%. But he said all the more reason to start the chemo. I then had another meeting with a new oncologist after that, and at that we discovered that actually the mutant I had was a different type altogether, which is even worse, and there was zero statistics for this because the survival rate was so low. The day before, however, my wife had been, as a nurse, had been at a training course down in Dundee and had met with 3 other nurses, all of whom said, "Have you heard about Hope for Cancer?" which is a hospital in Mexico. So we'd looked into it the night before that meeting with the oncologist, and I'd been, trying to decide, should I continue with the chemo or not? And when I realised that really it wasn't doing anything for me, the option was an easy one for me. So I chose to stop that and went to Mexico. That was November last year. And I went there feeling not too well, largely from the effects of the chemo, which was very strong and quite intensive. But after just a week of being there, it was 3 weeks I went for, all that had left me and I was feeling really well and strong again. That's what I've been following since, and well, here I am. I'm 56 years old and I'm feeling as well and as good as I think any 56-year-old is. And it's still very much a day at a time, of course, because with cancer, you just never know when it can, come back and do things again. And the reason I'm here tonight is simply because Alison asked me if I would come in and take part in this, but I was happy that she did. I'm delighted to be here. Anything that helps to support and encourage people that are going through something like cancer is a good thing. It affects so many people today. And for me, the big concern was not so much for myself, but for my family and the potential having to leave them behind. And we've got to think about that. It's not just the people with the cancer, it's really the ones that are connected with them. So tonight's a great night for, coming and remembering all of that and doing some small thing to maybe help some others too.